Hi, I'm Katie Johnston. I am 23 years old, originally from Tyler, Texas, and this is my Keep story. When I was a kid, I went into foster care when I was about 8 years old, or I got taken away from my biological parents around 8 years old and started filtering through some of my first foster home experiences. It was scary. There were a lot of feelings of abandonment and unworthiness, and it's just hard having the people who are supposed to be there and supposed to be taking care of you and supposed to be looking out for you and making sure that you're not hurt and protecting you, not do those things and walk away from you and not being old enough or competent enough to have an understanding of why. It's easy to blame yourself and not feel like you're good enough and feel like you don't have anything, like it's not worth it. Definitely. So I went through about 8 foster homes until I was 13, and then from 13 to 18 I was in about 3. As a kid, like I said, there just wasn't really much understanding, but then when I started getting into my teenage years, those feelings were just heightened because emotions are heightened. And so it's hard to even try to build any understanding on something you didn't understand in the first place. So I was in my first group home when I was 15, came to my first Keep scan, and that's where I met Emily and a lot of the leaders that were there, staff that were there, and it was a total changing point in my life. She showed me that someone could love you without any expectation. She showed me what unconditional love was, and I had never been shown that before. I had people who cared and that were a constant, which is a treasure to a person in foster care because there's not a lot of constant. So yeah, fast forward to now, I'm 23 years old and I absolutely still adore Keeps. It's a huge part of my life. It changed my entire life, like I said, not just all at one time, but throughout the years. It was a matter of keeping in touch and having someone there to talk to when I needed, and I might not have had someone outside of that. And even though sometimes it's not always the easiest to have people who have the hard conversations with you and are there for you through the more tough times, it's a blessing, such a blessing. So I'm a testament to Keeps and everything that they do and that they are, because I would not be the same person sitting right here today if I hadn't have met Emily 8 years ago and become a part of Keeps.